From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your evening update.
Rain and storms moving on in as we head through this evening. Staying windy out there. That wind advisory is definitely warranted due to the fact that we're gusty out of the south, 20-25 miles an hour. And with some of these storms, which might be on the stronger side at times, moving through, that's an additional X factor, right? Heavy downpours, frequent lightning. It's going to be a noisy night here as we head over the next couple of hours. This pushing through as we head through tonight, really, it's going to linger for a bit, right? That really is the best way to put it. Showers still kind of ongoing in Morgan County, portions of Limestone County as we head through midnight. So it's going pretty quickly, all things considered. It's not going to be an all-night situation. By the time we're heading through tomorrow morning, you'll see we're much colder. So that's a cold front sweeping through with those widespread 20s and lower 30s. And especially with that wind out of the west there, that's some very, very brisk conditions. Feels like temperatures are going to be in the teens at best. I mean, it is going to feel frigid. And I honestly think we hold this trend for the next several days with this sharp northerly wind, with that air kind of stabilizing in this very cold, cold fashion. So as we head through tomorrow, yeah, that's the beginning of that trend. And in fact, across the area, we're only probably going to get up to some mid-30s across the Tennessee Valley as a whole, to be quite honest with you there. And as a result, that being the highs, whenever we're lower than that, yeah, some scattered snow showers. Easily imagine that. Not enough to make any impactful sort of thing. We're not seeing 2 inches of snow or anything like that. Dusting at worst. Tomorrow is not the system we've been keeping an eye on. That's at the end of the week, which I'll discuss in a second. But we will be getting back up just above freezing as we head later in the day. But that's still 30s, right? It's still going to feel cold, especially with that wind chill. And it's not a surprise. We have a lot of cold air as that system sweeps through, lingering through mid-January. And that's what's leading us to keep an eye on this end of week system. Now, in between, so the midweek, looking good. We're going to be cold, yes, but we're not going to have any precipitation in that time frame. But we've been watching Friday for a while, right? So let's take a look at what the trends have been with this system. And the trend is your friend if you want wintry precipitation. I'll put it that way, because we do see increasing reason to believe that we're going to see some sort of wintry type mix at the best, as we head through Friday. Now, is it going to snow all? Is it going to be all sleet? Is it going to be a mix of this? Well, let's get a little closer before we give you specifics, but I can tell you someone somewhere is going to see wintry precipitation here in the Tennessee Valley there as we head through the end of the week. Exact quantities of it and the exact time frame of the day, I can't say specifically just yet, but this does look like a somewhat moderately to maybe highly impactful system, if this does evolve into that, right? So we're going to have to consider this in our plans as we head through that end of week time frame. Again, specifics, not just yet, but you do need to know that this is a system you need to be watching over the next several days. So take this advanced lead time, and really put it to work, right? You've got 4 or 5 days here now as we head over the next week to keep this in mind. Go ahead and prepare. Don't be freaking out buying 30,000 eggs and 70 gallons of milk, right? This is all just social media hype, right? So don't be worrying about that, but do take your precautions and consider what your plans are, your backup plans here. If there's winter precipitation shutting stuff down, you know how it gets down here. This is the time frame to start thinking about that, right? But again, we don't need to be freaking out, panicking, sharing those posts on social media that are saying we're going to get 12 inches of snow. Nothing like that, right? So let's watch it. Again, Tennessee Valley, wintry mix, perhaps even snow. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I do think that trend is evolving towards that being the case. So we'll watch it very carefully, and we'll get you more specifics as we head over the next several days, because this far out, we have to remember, it literally is predicting the future. We're not going to be so specific 4 or 5 days out. Just stay tuned over the next several days. We have this nice weather to take advantage of that, right? We don't have to worry about anything else in the meantime. So we'll get past these storms ongoing. A few scattered showers as we head through tomorrow in the snow variety. Dry for the midweek, and again, that's the end of the week. Don't be freaking out, right? Just keep an eye on it here. This is why we're talking about that kind of mixed type situation, because we're just above freezing. But if that trends down, it could be snow. And if it trends up, it could be a little less so. So we'll watch that. But wintry precipitation, yeah, I do think that's possible. So let's watch it. Let's get through it. And you know what? It's January in the Tennessee Valley. We've seen this many a time over the last couple of years. We'll get through it just fine.